Have you ever wondered why you're putting all this energy into your draw and you move your hands as fast as humanly possible, and then you look at the timer and it's very sad. It's like maybe a second and a half, 2 seconds. It's like, man, I am putting all this energy into this really fast draw and I'm not getting faster. Why is that? What do I need to do? Well, if you've been wondering that, you're in luck, because that's what we're going to talk about today. So main things that I see wrong with people's draw is, yeah, they might put a ton of hand speed into it and a bunch of effort into it, but the gun goes everywhere but where they want it to go. Meaning maybe they like stab down on the gun really hard, and so it goes down instead of coming up and out of the holster. Some people might draw really, really high like this and it's cleared the holster for, I don't know, a whole 1.5 feet. Some people might do things like bring the gun way over here to catch their support hand and then drive it out and down and stuff like that. And it's like the gun is essentially going everywhere but in a straight line. Straight lines are always going to be way more efficient than kind of doing this whole zigzag thing on the way out of the holster. So the way that I like to draw, and you guys saw it in the beginning, like sometimes I scoop, depending on the holster, sometimes it's more of like a snatch or whatever we want to call that. But despite the holster, despite the gun, I want the gun to go in a straight line as soon as the gun clears the holster, right? As soon as the gun clears the holster and the support hand gets on it, I want it to just lift flat in a straight line to my eye target line. That is going to be the fastest route for the gun to get up to the eye target line every single time, right? How many times have we seen people at the range, do something like this? Right? Where they do all this really, really fast movement and it's like, geez, that feels really fast, but the gun is not going in a straight line. Therefore, the draw is just kind of screwed right from the very beginning and it's just not going to be fast. So from the side, what I like to show people is this. Like I like to ram the middle finger knuckle into the bottom of the trigger guard, right? The gun comes out and as soon as it clears Kydex, I just want to lift the gun flat. I don't want the gun to, come up like this. I don't want the gun to come up like that. I just want the gun to land flat. This way the dot lands exactly where I'm looking. And there's no, like going in a different place in terms of like where I want it to end. In other words, I don't want the gun to end like this. So I wouldn't draw the gun like that and then bring the dot up at the very end. I don't want the gun to land like this on a target, because then I would have to push it back down. But if I just lift it flat like this and the dot just basically shows up exactly where I'm looking, it's like that is way more efficient than the other things, whether you're coming from the bottom or the top. It's like that stuff just is not efficient, right? So we have to start thinking about efficiency. The other thing that I think about in regards to efficiency to get the gun to go in a straight line is if my hands were tied together on this beep, right? On the beat, both hands would move to the gun, right? It would be like as soon as the right hand moves, the left hand moves as well. As soon as my firing hand moves, the support hand goes for the gun as well. I don't want to do something like this, draw the gun, and then catch it somewhere out here, because then it takes me, it's not going to take me longer to build the grip, but I only have from here to here to build a grip. I would much rather build a grip as soon as humanly possible. So as soon as the gun clears the holster, I want my support hand on it. Typically what I tell people is like, if I could get my support hand on the gun while it's in the holster, I would. To me, that's super important for a couple reasons. Number one being, if I build the grip from down here all the way up here, that is a lot longer time for me to get my grip squared away and do the really important stuff. This way, when the gun comes to the eye target line, like it shows up ready to do hard intercourse. Like I don't want the gun to show up to my eye target line and then I have to fix my grip, okay? I want the grip on the gun as soon as humanly possible. The other thing that it does is it allows you to draw the gun in a straight line. If I caught where my natural clap is, like I've heard this said quite a few times, like catch the gun with your support hand where your natural clap is, the gun would have to come up, over, and then out. So it's like doing this whole zigzag thing. But if I went for the gun at the exact same time with the support hand, or if I moved both hands at the same time, it's like gun comes out and just basically goes in a straight line since both hands are on the gun. It's just going to be not only easier, but significantly more efficient. Like I could show you guys here live Like, I could basically do that exact same things, or all those things that I'm talking about. Moving my hands at the exact same time, trying to draw the gun in a straight line. Like, I can do that at a very, very relaxed pace and it will still be under a second, okay? Like, I'm gonna go really slow. Okay, that was at 91. We'll go really, really slow again. '93, I'll slow down even more. 95. Let me try to get at least a second here, maybe a little bit over a second. Watch how slow this actually is. 98. It's hard for me to get slower, right? Slower than this. And it's like, you guys see how slow my hands are moving. It's like I'm not even really trying to go fast, right? It is just fast by the pure mechanics of it. Drawing the gun in a straight line from the holster to the eye target line is always going to be faster than someone kind of drawing like this. Okay, 164. And it's like, I move my hands way faster doing that than what I did just basically lifting the gun up in a straight line. All right, so hopefully that helps you guys out in regards to your draw. Just think about the draw in terms of efficiency. Think about what efficiency actually means. Efficiency is usually a straight line, getting your grip on the gun sooner, right? So you could build the grip sooner, get all that stuff squared away before it actually reaches your eye target line, right? All that stuff is going to help you out. I think the number one thing that people kind of don't do with this is like, they just don't train it, right? Like they might, you know, try and go fast. And what that try and go fast typically looks like, you know, is something like that. Like, try to just get the pure mechanics of it down, where you're like, okay, I'm just gonna touch the gun, lift it up in a straight line, just like that, and see how good this goes, right? Then go out, put it on a shot timer, see how fast it is. And when you guys go out and put it on a shot timer, I would not do just a one-shot draw. I would do more shots, right? Like, I've got 5 rounds in here, right? We'll shoot 5 rounds, because I think a lot of the time if you just shoot one, you can cheat the grip a little bit. It's like you can kind of get away with just gripping the gun, however, because you know that you're just going to shoot 1 round. So like, if you've got more than 1 round in there, then you think about like, okay, I have to be fast and accurate here. To me, it's like, that's the actual draw time, because doing it once isn't much of a thing. Consistently drawing at a certain pace over and over and over again with a good grip, like, that's what everyone should be after here. All right, so we'll see what that is for me. Okay. That was a 0.7, right? So 0.7, I feel like I could do that over and over and over again. Like, it didn't really feel that fast at all. I'm just trying to, as soon as I heard the beep, get my hands on the gun and then lift it to my eyes in a very straight line. I'm not trying to do any sort of like zigzag thing on the way out. The other thing, by the way, that I forgot to mention about that whole zigzag thing, a lot of the time people go like, you know, they'll draw the gun and then they do this whole weird mechanic, and then they get here and then they do this and they're like, shit, I can't find the dot. It's like, yep, I know, because it did this whole like zigzag thing on the way out. It's significantly harder to find the dot if it's doing all this like crazy wonky stuff, right? But if you just lift in a straight line and just point the gun at the target, it is significantly easier to find the dot the entire time. So it will help you build your index as well. Like, if you're not having to do all this crazy wonky zigzag stuff on the way out of the holster, and you just think about touching and then building a grip low, drawing the gun in a straight line, this is going to help out your index, and you won't have to do this whole like rigmarole with you know, circling around until you finally find the dot. So it'll help your index a ton, I think. So anyway, that's what I got on the draw. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please drop them below.